All right, let's get to making this sandwich. So I'm going to make a quick slaw out of just thinly sliced red cabbage. You don't like red cabbage or you want a different slaw, fine. I just went with this because it was easy. And I'm slicing this up pretty thinly. I don't want big chunks and I don't want really small pieces either, because I kind of want it to stand up to the heat of the blackening seasoning that we're going to put on the fish here in a few minutes. So in this bowl, I'm going to mix in some red wine vinegar. And I'm going to also add some olive oil. And I'm putting both of those in at the beginning so that the seasonings that I'm going to put in here, kind of have somewhere to go instead of just being dry and falling to the bottom of the bowl. I've got salt, pepper, smoked paprika, some honey, and some caraway seeds. Now I've got our fish, and I'm just going to put a light oil on here. Do not use olive oil here. If you do, it's going to smoke up your entire kitchen because I want it to be hot, not screaming hot, but it's going to be definitely too hot for olive oil. So go ahead and coat all sides with some blackening seasoning. You can make this or you can buy it. Every spice store or every spice section of every store is going to have a blackening seasoning. You can even just use Cajun Creole seasoning if you want. Almost the same thing if you ask me. So now I've got my cast iron skillet and I've got oil in here. Again, it's not olive oil. This is just vegetable oil I think I'm using. Get it hot and we're going to blacken the fish on all sides. And blackening doesn't mean that you're burning the fish. It's the style of the seasoning that you're using. But we're going to saute this off on all sides and really wake up all of the flavors here and give this fish great texture and great flavor. So make sure you don't burn it. Keep an eye on it. Flip it over and always flip away from you when you're using oil, because if you don't, you're going to splash it on yourself and that's going to hurt. So I'm just keeping an eye on this, and I've got the heat on about medium high, and I know I turned the heat down a couple of times while I was cooking this, but go ahead and flip it around all sides. We want all sides cooked up nicely. You can even, if you want to, set your oven to 350 and then just flip it over once and toss it in there to finish it off for about 6 or 7 minutes or so. But get all sides blackened up, and then we're going to just move this off to the side, and we're going to, oh wait, we got to get our cheese. Yeah. So get Swiss cheese. We're going to put this on top. I know it sounds strange. I was against it, but let me just tell you, it works. Like I don't know why, but it does. Here's our other pan. We've got some buttered rye bread. I love swirled rye bread for my REUBEN, so that's what I'm using here. Just toast it off with some butter like you normally would, and then we're going to assemble our sandwich as soon as we check it. Yes, nice and toasty and delicious. Here we are in our assembly station. We've got our toasted bread. I'm putting down some Thousand Island dressing. And you can make your own Thousand Island. You can buy some really good Thousand Island. Anytime I make it or buy it, I use an overabundance in pickles because I really like pickles in my Thousand Island, and especially on fish. So, Thousand Island on one side are awesomely cooked fish, blackened with Swiss cheese. Trust me, it's good, right? So now we're going to take our slaw that we made previously. We're going to top everything up onto the sandwich, pile it high, because I love the acidity of it, and it really helps kind of round out all of the flavors here. It provides good crunch. It's got acidity. It's got the heat from the fish. And it's really just, surprisingly really, really good. I've been trying to figure out how to describe it, and I'm like, I think it's just the fish tacos that fish tacos really want to be. It's really good. Surprising. You got to give it a try. I really don't think you're going to be disappointed.